have some words of encouragement. We're just going to sprinkle these here and there throughout the morning to really, in the middle of all of this, we have hope. But I think we do need to keep it top of mind, don't you? Yeah.
Sure do.
So Kathy, I love this post. Kathy posted on our Care Community Facebook page, which if you're not a member yet, definitely get on Facebook and become a member. But there's some children in a school in Mozambique that are praying for us. And not just our country, but any country that has been affected by coronavirus, COVID-19. Here's the backstory for that. These children went through a horrific time last year. A hurricane came through, devastated that country. Hundreds of thousands of kids evidently became homeless because of this, and they are in school praying for us.
Is this the one where they have a picture of the kids that are up on a map, and this map is huge, it's the size of a wall, and they're laying hands on different countries? That's the one, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about the Care Community? That's powerful.
It is so powerful that these children, they look to be maybe 9, 10, 11 years old, and they're looking outside of themselves. And I think, our world has gone from this huge, I will never go to China, I'll never go to Australia, whatever. And it's like we are a community. The world is a community, and we need to pray for each other.
Talk about uniting, right? And letting walls come down.
Yeah.
Care Community, we'd love for you to be a part of it. Text the word CARE to 800-447-7234.
His Morning Crew.
COVID-19, it's not keeping the Chino Valley United School District Choral Festival down. That's a mouthful.
It is.
Yeah, and it's actually unified. The Chino Valley Unified School District. Chino Hills High School chamber singers, they displayed, check this, their resilience by recording individual a cappella portions of Somewhere Over the Rainbow in their own individual houses. So since they couldn't assemble together for this big choral festival, this one school did it at individual times and put it all together. There's got to be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5...
20 kids?
There's 20 kids all together. All in Brady Bunch looking fashion.
It really does,
with the blocks. And this is what they came up with their entry for the choral festival. Yeah, there's a big technology that put all these kids together as one big family to do that. So they have this hashtag too. It's called hashtag Spread Hope CVUSD.
I love that.
Yeah, right?
Overcoming the adversity that we've all been given. They found a way around it and spreading hope and joy through that song. Love that song.
Yeah, no postponement.
Nope.
There was just a different location, which was individual houses, and this is how they did all their entries for the big choral festival of this one school district in high school. Got
to show off a little bit, and that song, I think, just puts a smile on everybody's heart anyway. So, hats off to them.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
Granddaughter gets engaged. And what's the first thing you do when you get engaged? The women know what I'm talking about. You got that ring. You're like, look at my bling.
There's the bling.
Look, right? And you're so excited, and you want to share it with the most special people in your life. So granddaughter Carly got engaged, and her best guy is her grandpa. She wanted to run and show him, but because of the COVID-19, he's in a nursing home, and they're on kind of lockdown. And she couldn't show him, and so she was like, okay, that's fine, and I'll show him later. But she does his laundry every week. So she was going to the nursing home, she was dropping off his laundry, and some of the staff there said, looks like you got a ring. Well, what's going on there? She told him, I'm engaged. They said, your grandpa has to know this. Go to the outside window. We're going to get him up. He was having his ice cream in his bed at the time. He sees her at the window. They get up. They place hands on each other through the window, and she shows off her ring. I mean, I'm giving myself cold chills with this story. It's just so sweet.
What a sweet moment. Yeah.
Because she did not want to go through that experience without her, I don't know, papa?
Yeah, that's grandpa. They're so close. I mean, that's been her whole life.
Her whole life.
Is grandpa, right?
Right. And I guess she made weekly visits to see her grandpa, and it's just been, she hasn't been able to see his face and see his reactions, and just that they touched each other through that window.
It was like palm to palm.
Palm to palm.
The whole movie moment thing. Wow.
She's crying, he's crying, we're crying.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I'm not crying.
Yeah, sure you're not.
I'm holding back tears.
His Morning Crew.
A big thank you to some of the businesses that do have the means. Not every business can do this, but there are some who are going, you know what? I know you got to stay home. It's COVID-19. We're still going to pay our employees because we're at a position where we can do that. We're not going to hold back.
And there's a lot of companies that can really do their work from home. Facebook, one of those companies, they're going to be paying their people to stay at home and work from home because they can. But there's other companies like maybe American Eagle or Bath and Body Works or Gap or Kohl's that we found out last week. You know, they were shutting down temporarily. They're going to pay their people to stay at home with their families, keep everybody safe, keep down the curve. So I just think they needed a shout out, honestly. And I know there's local companies that are probably doing some of that as well.
Some who can, and then some who aren't in a position to do that, but still, need a lot of prayer.
Yeah. And the ones that can, how awesome that they stepped up and said, because we can afford it, let's do this.
They're doing it. Yeah. Absolutely. And this is going to be so temporary. It doesn't feel temporary in the middle of it. The newness of my 11-year-old being home was done the very first day. It was like, time to go back to school.
Yeah, because your wife was playing like math Yahtzee, and she was being super creative. And I saw this, not with your family, but just in general, that last week everybody was super like, yay, let's do this. This week it's like, oh my.
Yeah.
When are they going back?
And all of a sudden, everybody is homeschoolers, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
So Kelly went on our Care Community Facebook page and was giving us some words of encouragement. And I love what she had to say. She was talking about amid COVID-19, coronavirus. Yes, we're hearing it's contagious, of course. But other things that are contagious, kindness and encouragement and patience and love and enthusiasm and a positive attitude. Don't wait to catch it from others. Be the carrier.
Okay, I like that kind of contagious stuff.
That's awesome.
Why don't we allow kindness to be contagious in life?
Yeah. And we are seeing some of that as people pick up an extra roll of toilet paper for somebody that they know in their neighborhood needs it, or checking on the elderly.
Yeah, like my wife saw a post that there was a first emergency responder in our neighborhood that needed Lysol spray for his ambulance that he works in every day. You'd think they'd be able to run out and find it. They're just like us.
Yeah.
We can't go run to a store and then just look and see that, hey, there's the Lysol. We could pick it up. They couldn't find it, but we had an extra bottle, two of them to give to this guy.
And I love what Amy did. She didn't just scroll past and go, well, I've got to, but I'm going to keep it for myself. She scrolled, she stopped, and she said, I can do something about
that. Isn't that great? Yeah. And then we prayed for him on our sidewalk on the front porch.
Just
for
amazing.
This family. Yeah, that's so good. I mean, there are ways. That's a contagious thing.
Yeah.
Kindness and patience.
Let that spread.
Love. Come on. Watch out, COVID-19.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
Dig in the pictures that you're sending in that you did over the weekend. I'm Rob. That's Liz. It's His Morning Crew on His Radio.
Yeah, Kristen sent in a picture of her daughter, and it looks like she's reading a book to their dog.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and
Good
the dog is snoozing away, which is the perfect bedtime story.
Can I make one observation?
Yeah, go ahead.
I noticed. Who was that?
Kristen.
I noticed, Kristen, that you had a Roku in the background.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
So if you didn't already, you can download His Radio TV for free on your Roku and then watch us in the morning.
That's right. Look at you. And then Betsy texted in, and they went on a walk with the dog, still social distancing, but looks like they were maybe in a school parking lot doing their walk. So getting out and enjoying that Saturday that was gorgeous.
You can text those pictures, too. We'll feature them on His Radio TV, 800-447-7234. How bored of you of making different types of food? Is it like the same thing over and over again? You can only make so much chicken during this time in the same recipe?
But you're also running out of maybe some of the staples. Maybe you normally use a certain type of pasta in this dish, and now you've had to go to elbow noodles.
That's true.
Yeah, and sometimes the kids are like, why are these elbow noodles? And you're like, well, they taste the same, dear. It's just a little different. So I had asked over the weekend, what are you making? Give me some ideas. And so we got Meredith, who tried a new way of making tacos with angel hair shredded coleslaw instead of lettuce.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's a new way of doing it. And she has, I think, 4 or 5 kids at home and evidently they loved it.
Well, you have to. I mean, if you can't get lettuce.
Sure.
The improv she did was good.
Right, the
Improvisation.
coleslaw, yeah. And then you've got Steven, who made banana pancakes, which I've never made banana pancakes. But I guess you take 2 eggs and 1 banana, and then you pour it in hot coconut oil. So I'm not seeing flour in that recipe, so I guess banana is the binding agent that keeps it all together.
Makes sense.
I thought for a minute there I was speaking a different language when I said binding agent, because you kind of
For
went...
me, I don't know how to cook. I make toast and eggs, and that's it.
Yeah, somebody else used the binding agents in that toast, but yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
So, what are you making? What have you decided? I'm out of meat. I can't find meat, so I made beans. I mean, because there's your protein. Or,
why not, right?
Or maybe...
And that is, a musical fruit, the beans. Right?
And we've just gone back to elementary school. Thanks, Rob Dempsey.
You're very welcome.
His morning crew.
Talking about recipes.
What are we going to make this week?
I know, it goes by so quick.
It does. And a lot of us have probably at this time of year, we've been out on the road, maybe going by fast food because you've been going to a game. Now you're making breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Culver's last night.
Is that what you...
That's what the family went and got.
I do like Culver's.
There was no fries.
Yeah.
We got the little salad thing.
Right.
And then the chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
The kids got the burger.
There you go. Mm-hmm. We did Keeping It Local on Saturday and had pizza. Trying to do those local pizzerias.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So supporting the local business.
Exactly.
God, I have to during this time.
I know.
Oh, my word. Well, what about recipes for you at 800-447-7234? Lynn, what are you doing?
There's a website called myfridgefood.com, and you can go to that site and put in whatever ingredients you have on hand in your pantry or fridge, and it'll bring you recipes and meal ideas for whatever you have on hand.
What have you used out of that so far?
I've made family dinners. You just go in there and say, I have some flour and an avocado and some crackers. What can I make?
Well, I am so thankful that you called. I think you have saved many, many of us. Tell me the website one more time.
myfridgefood.com.
I love you. Thank you so
Well, I'm
much.
glad I could help.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart for posting in the Care Community Facebook group with his radio your recipes. Because, boy, are we running out of ideas quick with this COVID-19, huh?
Well, when you're out of certain ingredients and you go to the pantry, you go to the fridge and you're like, okay, I needed eggs or I needed this kind of flour and you can't find it. So what do you do?
I'd love to hear your ideas. You can text us 800-447-7234.
That's exactly what Caitlin did. She made cowboy beans over the weekend.
Ooh.
Do you know what cowboy beans are?
No, but I can only imagine the smell after it's all done.
I agree with that.
You're
But I
right.
looked it up, and it's got some bacon, some ground beef. You could probably use maybe ground turkey if you had that. Leave the bacon out. But pork and beans, evidently, is part of it. Molasses.
Well, look at
kind of
that.
thing.
That's a good Southern thing,
Right?
isn't it?
I may have to make that this week and bring it in.
Oh, boy. Big lunch around here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm glad we're all far spaced with this whole
6
COVID-19
feet.
thing, right? Well, what about you? Maureen's along with us at 800-447-7234. What do you say, Maureen?
Well, I made lasagna over the weekend, but I couldn't find lasagna noodles, so I used eggplant. We had eggplant lasagna.
And did the kids mind, or are there kids, or the husband? Was there any different?
My husband absolutely loved it. He said, "This is pretty good."
Now, did you tell him right off the bat, or did you kind of like sneak it in on him?
No, I had made this once before, but years ago, as one of those TV channel recipes I made. And then this time I decided, well, since I don't have noodles, I'm going to buy an eggplant, which I found at Aldi's.
My wife
And,
has used zucchini in lasagna before, and it's
Well,
great.
Yeah, I haven't tried that, but I have tried, like I said, once before, this eggplant, and it came out yummy.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
How bored are you of the same recipe over and over again through COVID-19? There's only so many times you can make that meal, right?
Yeah, baked chicken. I'm over it. Totally. I need some new recipes. So we've been told about myfridgefood.com.
Yeah, earlier. That's
Yeah,
right. Lynn was telling
exactly.
us about myfridgefood.com.
Yeah.
And Liz bookmarked it immediately.
For real, you just put in whatever ingredients you have on hand. She said flour, avocado, and crackers. I don't know what you're going to make out of that, but I can't wait to see.
You might as well just type it in and see what they come up with. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all I have in the house. Crackers, avocado, and what else?
Flour.
And flour. What can I make out of this? And it gives you a recipe.
I think it'll be dense. It sounds like it might be filling for sure.
It could be. So what about you? Some recipe ideas at 800-447-7234. Hey, Stacy.
I was calling to tell you about this Facebook page that has a bunch of recipes and stuff on it. It's called The Bigger, Bolder Baking, and it's with this lady named Gemma. And she actually has an episode on there where you submit what you have on hand, and she'll give you a recipe and tell you what you can make. One of my favorites is the 15-minute pizza. It's ready to go in the oven in 15 minutes.
Oh, get
It's
out.
great.
For real? It's that quick.
It's that quick. There's recipes on her website that I've made. Homemade cream cheese, creme fraiche,
Creme fraiche?
challah bread.
Okay, you're speaking Liz's language here. Talk a little bit about the creme. Is it called creme fraiche?
Creme fraiche.
What is that?
It's sort of like cream, isn't it? It's not cheese, it's cream.
It's like a creamy, so thick as a butter, but
Yeah.
it's
Liken it to
I
sour
believe-
cream.
I gotcha.
Hey, Stacy, why do you use this site?
I'm a culinary graduate. I've been in culinary hospitality for my entire 20 years.
For your whole 20 years. That's nice.
That is
No
good.
wonder why you know about that site.
Yeah, and as a culinary expert, and she's still using this website, that's pretty cool. That should be
Yeah.
easy for us to do.
That you're in, Stacy.
Yeah.
What about you? Here's the number. It's 800-447-7234. You can call or text right in.
His morning crew.
Even when you're in the middle of Sam's Club, it can happen. In Alabama, there were some keyboards that were out on a display.
Okay.
And a woman decided, I'm going to spread some joy. So she starts playing, Our God is Awesome. My God is Awesome. So she plays it. She starts singing a little bit, and some of the shoppers join in.
Okay, come on. Wait a minute. Did the choir show up?
Right. Well, she is just killing it, just belting it out. And some of the other shoppers, it was like they were harmonizing.
You're right. Yeah.
Wherever you are, there is the church.
Come on.
Right?
Even at Sam's,
Even
they're
at
doing. Can I
Sam's.
hear that again,
I know.
please? Say, I gotta hear that. That's so good. Oh, come on. I like what she does here. Come on, yes he is. Old Church and Sam's, come on. There was a lot. You know what?
Yeah.
There's so many services that people who probably never have gone to church in their life were able to watch because people said, hey, you're my friend.
Yeah.
I'm sharing this on my Facebook. Will you go to church with me virtually?
Right.
And they were going to church over the weekend on
Yeah.
yesterday with all these streaming services yesterday.
Just like almost every church, it seemed like, was doing it. Even a drive-in.
No, out of drive-through theater?
Yeah.
Really nice.
Greenwood, South Carolina, the auto drive-in.
Okay.
They said, we're going to have church right here. And they did at 10 a.m. People just drove their cars and watched right there on
Didn't
the big
have
screen.
to get out of the car.
Yeah.
That is smart.
In case you didn't have a computer, Wi-Fi access. I mean, like my mother does not. So there you go. She could have driven and
Gone to a drive-through
Exactly.
theater that did that.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's brains.
Yeah.
That somebody was thinking there. And I'm thinking, the church I go to, they streamed the service.
Yeah.
And so why not, if your church streamed, why not just share it on your Facebook feed?
Yeah.
Or your social media so that your friends will go, no, and I think I'm going to try this.
Right.
And they'll find out about Jesus through this whole COVID-19 thing.
And you can still access those sermons. We didn't watch it live. We watched it a little bit later because we were pressure washing, to tell you the truth.
On
Getting ready.
Sunday morning?
Oh, getting ready for the wedding. We're
Oh,
trying to
that's
get-
right. She had to move her daughter's wedding to her house because of this.
So I accessed it a couple of hours later, I guess it was, and boom, there you go.
So you're all set. You cleaned up your sidewalks for the wedding.
The back decks.
Okay.
Well, we still have a lot to do.
Oh boy, that is just something else. So join us. We're going to share our services on our Facebook page. Would you do the same thing? And then your friends are going to find out about Jesus because of you. Let's take advantage of this whole COVID-19 thing.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I saw that some people got dressed up, and then others were in pajama pants and slippers, had a big cup of coffee.
So our power went out on Saturday night.
Amy did text me that.
Over 12 hours. She really did?
No.
My wife and Liz are texting. This is dangerous. So it was over 12 hours, and I was helping the church I go to with the streaming process of that. So I had no idea how I was going to get ready in the dark because it was dark when I was driving off to get there. So I am horrible at matching things because I'm colorblind.
Sure.
So I did find a black shirt.
Oh, good.
And jeans.
Uh-huh.
I'm clueless on my shoes and socks. So I just put sandals on and went.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe a brown and blue situation.
It could have been. It could have been.
But
I apologize to say, dudes, seriously, no power at the house.
Somebody come help.
I just put that. So that's what we did. But there's a lot of people who had to improvise,
right.
you know?
My friend Joni, she and her Sunday school group, we go to church together, they did it by Zoom.
That is cool. And Jean's along with us. What'd you do, Jean?
What we did yesterday, we have the church group that we belong to has lots of small home churches scattered all over the world.
Are you doing this like through a video conference?
No, Now, what we did yesterday, we texted. We got into a group text.
See, use the technology. Right. Jean's doing that. I love you, Jean. I love how you had done that. There's a small group in the church that I go to. Mm-hmm. That's what they did. They'd video texted. I mean, not video texted. They video conferenced.
Right.
Their entire small group together. So they were still together, just in different places, not letting anything get in the way, still using technology through all this.
We cannot let this thing keep us down. We've got to encourage each other just as if we were in the same room with each other, a virtual hug, as it were.
Yeah, I'm like FaceTiming my daughter all the time.
Yeah.
Now. More so than lately because of this whole COVID-19 thing. She's not coming over. I love it.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
We had a lot to do to get ready for this wedding. So over the weekend, pressure washed a couple of decks and some Adirondack chairs.
Here's the weird thing.
Yeah.
My wife, for some reason, had the itch to get the pressure washer out.
For some
I'm
reason.
thinking these two text each other. I mean, what's up with that?
I don't know. It's like we're on the same wavelength.
Thanks, Liz. So we're pressure washing our front little patio area in the new home that we're in, and then the sidewalk area that leads up to the front door.
Honey-do list.
That was a honey-do list. Although we did it together.
Sure.
We shared that thing. So we were outside. I washed the car. She started the pressure washing. I finished some things up. Played football in the backyard with the kids.
Isn't that fun? We played Uno. We watched a movie, Jumanji. We talked about that because all of us on our little group text here from his radio.
It was weird. It was so strange.
Because it was the same night. It was Friday night, and I just happened to mention, hey, we're watching Jumanji, and then boom.
5 of us were on this group text. Sure. I kid you not. Everybody was watching the same movie.
It was crazy. And popcorn. We all had popcorn, I think.
Usually during a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. But my son, who's 18, was bored out of his mind so much he came and helped us pressure wash. He did. He said, I'm just bored. Come on.
Look at what COVID-19 can do for people like that. We went hiking on Friday. Yeah. So we just drove right to a mountain and we went hiking on that mountain. It was just so gorgeous, too. Just us, the kids, the dog. Right. And there was not many. I think we saw 10 people. That was it. The whole time that we were there. It's so spread out, you didn't have to worry about it.
It was so much fun. Mercedes texted us, and she was talking about, what she and her family did. She said they were supposed to go on a prayer walk for their church around the town, but instead the pastor sent out a message and said, hey, just go through your neighborhood and do a prayer walk there. So she did it with her 3 kids and her puppy dog, whose name is Olaf, by the way.
Olaf the dog.
I love it.
Look, they covered more territory.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the whole town together, they did individual neighborhoods like that. Way to go, Mercedes. I think I need to do that.
Yeah, I think we all should take just a couple of streets or do the entire subdivision and pray and walk and talk to your kids about it. It'd be awesome.
What are some of the things you did over the weekend? You can call or text. Here's the number. Text us pictures, too. We'd love to see your pictures. You can post them in the Care community, text them to us, and we'll put them right on His Radio TV. Here's the number. It's 800-447-7234.
His Morning Crew.
COVID-19 cannot keep it down, you know?
It is not going to keep us down. We were all with our family over the weekend, just finding a temporary new normal.
We're hearing from TJ at 800-447-7234. What's up, TJ?
We got married.
Was this the original date for your wedding?
Planned for April the 4th, and we realized that the date was 321.
Yeah.
So we said, let's just go. We have everything we need. His best friend is ordained and married us. We had our marriage license. We had the ring. They came in last week. So we said, you know what, let's go up the Sassafras Mountain. It's the highest spot in South Carolina. You can see the entire state of South Carolina, like where all of the, not the entire state, but you can see like where the lakes and all the mountains and everything combine.
I just got what you said about 321. That was the date, March 21st.
Yes.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1,
Yep,
go.
that was Saturday.
And you'll never forget this. I mean, Liz, her daughter had to move her wedding for the same reason.
Yeah, we were doing April 19th, and it's now this Saturday. And I guess my question is, was it bittersweet, or was it just the most precious moment?
It was precious. It really was. You know, there were some friends and family that were missing, but we took so many pictures and we shared them with them, and everyone was just in awe at how pretty the mountains were and how beautiful the day was. I mean, the weather couldn't have been more perfect. It was actually supposed to rain on the 4th in a couple of weeks is what they were calling for, so it was going to be a little more gloomy, and we were actually grilling out on our porch Friday night and sat there and we said, you know, it's so pretty out here and it's going to be so pretty tomorrow. Let's just hike up there. And then we were talking and we said, let's just get married. Let's just do it. So we did.
Someone call Nicholas Spark.
There needs to
Right?
be a book out of this.
Right?
For everything that's changing doesn't mean it's bad. It's just a different way of going about it. It's what we're doing right now, looking for some of those last minute things that we can't get delivered for the wedding. We're just finding a different way to do it.
You feeling better about it?
Oh, yeah. And,
Are
and
you?
there were
Good.
tears because I think it was just a very emotional time of, okay, take a deep breath. Here's what we have to do. It's not going to be what we envisioned, but it's still going to be precious. I really think it will be.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
We're curious about your weekend. What did you do? Text pictures and call 800-447-7234. That's the number where you can text those pictures, too. 800-447-7234. It's His Morning Crew on his radio.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
We did fire in the backyard. I should say a fire pit.
Maybe you should.
We didn't
It
set
sounded-
the fat lawn. We didn't set the back lawn on fire. So we had a little fire pit going. So we had a little. We did that. Pressure washed the cars. Went hiking.
Right.
A lot of stuff outdoors. Had football and baseball, or not baseball, but were frisbees in the backyard as well. And Spencer and I share music together. So we're in our music room, just jamming to some worship music over the weekend.
I can't stop but think if we hadn't had what's going on right now around the world, how you all would have been scattered. I know we would have been. We would have been at a baseball game. Maybe the husband got there before me, different cars. But we were kind of doing very similar things at the Riles house.
Forced the family to get together, right?
Exactly. But it's great because there were no fights. There really were very few, eye rolls. And I have 2 teenagers, so, that was a win. Yay. Stephanie, she texted in and said they did a fire pit and they had s'mores. Yum.
Isn't that nice?
We didn't think of that. She also said that with her youth group, girls' youth group, they did like a group FaceTime.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of small groups are doing that, where they're utilizing technology and say, okay, we can't get together in the home. Our youth group can't get together, but why don't we just do a group chat?
Yeah, group text, Facebook, FaceTime. You can do, like you mentioned, Zoom earlier. There's a lot of different ways to do it.
It's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
We're finding a way around.
What was meant for evil, God is using for good here. I love that.